Welcome to Midlife Matters. I'm Marie, and each week I'm joined by my friends Julie and Mindy to talk about all the topics keeping women in the middle years up at night. Today we're talking about 2021 trends. What's going to be new and everywhere this year? From home to fashion to fitness, we've researched what will be the rage in 2021, and we can't wait to share it with you. Let's get started. Listeners, one of the most fun things about a new year is looking at what new things will be popular and what current things are on their way out. And I love looking at the predictions and having just a little heads up on what we might expect. What about you, Julie and Mindy? Do you look forward to that? Do you check that at the end of the year?
I don't typically, but this year we have been at home so much and we've had so much time to think and ponder that I have found myself thinking about it, wanting to make some changes in my house for sure.
Yeah.
I don't typically think about trends, but I have been following a lot more home decor sites. So I've been noticing them and thought, oh, this is coming up a lot. So
Yes. So today we're going to look at the predicted trends in several different areas. Mindy has a lot of fashion tips for us, and I researched an article that said there are 10 huge trends that will be everywhere in 2021, which is a very bold title. They're going to be everywhere, you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. But let's just dive right into my favorite category to study, home trends. And Julie, you researched this for us, and I can't wait to hear what you found out. Hit us with your best ideas.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It was fascinating. 2020 brought a lot of changes, a lot of things that we never expected. One of them was spending far more time in our houses than we ever dreamed of.
True.
Yeah.
And, we just can't seem to get away from talking about this dumb pandemic. It affects every area of our life. It's even crept into home design.
Wait till you hear the fashion trends, Julie.
So overall, there's just been this shift that I think is going to continue into this year of home as sanctuary. So just kind of keep that in mind because that's kind of the overarching theme. So apparently a lot of people loved the open concept floor plan until 2020.
Right.
It was all the rage. If you watch Chip and Joanna Gaines, they were knocking out every wall possible. Basically, houses were just 4 outer walls,
Right.
But designers are saying they expect to see a lot more separation this year because so many people are using their homes for work, school, play, the gym, relaxation, like it's everything. And I've heard a lot of friends whose husbands have worked at home saying they just can't get away. Like their husband's on a conference call and he's, like you just can't find a quiet spot. And even if that's not an issue, the designer said it's just hard to shift from one mindset to the next if your workspace is also your cooking space or your play space or your workspace. Like it's just hard to, to shift your thinking between the two. So I know I was excited about this because I live in a house that's very much still divided into distinct rooms.
80s homes are going to be all the rage.
Hey, they're coming back in style, baby.
And I have racked my brain for the last 20 years of how to knock out walls, and it just didn't work. So I'm so glad I kept my walls. And, and another thing that I have seen through the years decorating in a house that's divided like this is it's so much easier to add a strong color or some bold wallpaper or something in a small space instead of your entire first floor.
Sure.
Right.
It's just more fun to do and it's just less complicated.
Very true. Yeah, it really does allow you to play a little bit more. And I have a 1986 or 7, I'm not sure which house. And we have a big family, so I would like to have bigger gathering spaces a lot of times. But whenever I think about knocking out more walls, we did knock out one, I think about, I don't want to see the football game and hear the football game while I'm trying to cook or, like it's nice that there is a little bit of separation between what my kids are doing and what I'm doing. And they're not having to, I already feel like people when they're home for remote want everything to be very quiet in the house. And if we all had one big open living space, that would be even more difficult. Are you running into that, Mindy?
Yeah.
Yes, because you can't have two people talking at the same time. So I know even I had to bow out on one of our podcasts one day because my boys were like, one of them was on a Spanish class and I could hear his teacher talking in one room, and the other boy was doing ELA in another room and I could hear his teacher, and they had to separate. I'm like, there's no space for mom to podcast. The Wi-Fi's not good on the other side of the house. Nobody can go over there.
Right.
Now, the good news, if you do happen to have an open concept floor plan, division of space is still possible with things like room dividers, or even people are using curtains or those screens, or even just dividing it with rugs. I mean, that doesn't help with the noise, but at least to separate the space. So this looks like an office. This looks like an eating area.
What else did you find, Julie?
Well, since we're all staying home in our sweatpants every day, that may have cramped your style a little bit. So you've probably turned to your home as the place for creativity and expression and personalization. And so people are loving their homes more than ever. And so it was kind of refreshing to hear a designer say, you should break free from the design molds and just make it what you like.
Oh, I love that.
You know, they said a lot of homes had become kind of universal or standardized, kind of the Instagram friendly home. And that design now is going to be focused maybe on thoughtful one-of-a-kind pieces, which really lends itself to shopping maybe on Marketplace or at thrift stores. So I liked that. And, you know, instead of over-obsessing on like excessive coordination, everything has to match. He said, be willing to mix and match colors, wood tones, even styles of furniture. That was okay. So I love that.
Yeah, that's very refreshing. And for those of us that have been married a while and are living with a wide variety of things we've collected over the decades, it's nice to know that we don't have to just throw it all out and start over.
No, we're hitting that time where it all comes back again.
Lend itself to more individualized houses. I'm going to want to see more home tours now. Like I've even enjoyed watching Marie's daughter Abigail redo her home, but like you can just do what works for you. Like if you like a certain color, you can put that color in there, whether it's on the trend list or not. I mean, you're using your house all the time. You better like it.
Right. I have a really colonial home, and I've originally started out trying to stick to very authentic colonial things, which are hard to find. But then it was not fun to shop at TJ Maxx or places that had more trendy things, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying saying it's okay to have this look and I can still add this in to update a little. You know, it's fun to do that. All right. Next, nostalgia will reign in 2021. And I've already been seeing this a lot on Instagram. There's definitely a rise in appreciation for vintage pieces and antiques that kind of harken back to a slower, kinder, gentler way of life. And just kind of think grandmother's house, but stylish.
Ooh, and without that certain smell.
So I've actually seen this hashtag called Grand Millennial Style. Have you seen that?
No, but I want to look it up now.
Fun.
Okay, I thought the grand maybe meant grandmother, but that's not what it means.
Okay, what does it mean?
The Grand Millennial Style is a trend among the mid-20s and late 30s generation. So I guess they're millennials. And they have this affinity for very traditional decor, like things that mainstream culture finds kind of outdated or stuffy. So think like chintz, needlepoint, florals, bamboo, wicker. Think Laura Ashley. So you know that makes me excited.
Florals and yes.
Yeah, it's really a feminine look. I just thought this was really fascinating that it makes sense. Like in a time of uncertainty, nostalgia is very reassuring to think back to the time of your grandmother's house. Like maybe, I don't know. It's just easy to think back with fond memories of that. Maybe your grandmother's house, and want to bring some of that into the current year.
That's interesting because I was over at my parents' over Christmas break, and we were sitting upstairs, which we hardly ever do because the kids were playing pool. And I looked over, and in the corner, my mother, they've lived in that house for 3 years now. She'd never hung it up. It was a 1983 cross-stitch sampler that she had made, and it hung in our house all through my childhood, but she obviously in this new place thought, where am I going to put that? And I said, Mom, are you not using that? And she said, no. I said, well, let me take it home and hang it up. And I could tell she was so happy that someone actually wanted to hang it up. And I made a cross-stitch sampler when I was pregnant with Abigail. And I hung it right below mine. And I love that the two of ours are hanging right next to each other in my kitchen. And it is, Julie, it's that nostalgia. I saw that my whole life. Now it's in my kitchen. It means something to me.
Yeah, that's so neat. I just bought, well, it was about a year ago. I bought a really large cross-stitch sampler at an antique store.
Okay.
That someone else had done, and it's 30 by 30. It's huge.
That is a big one.
Oh,
yes.
But it was already framed, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one feeling nostalgic, but this is really good to hear. Even this past Christmas, I have 3 Christmas trees total, and I have different decor for each tree. The only tree that I put up this year was the smallest tree, the skinniest tree, but also the one with all the homemade ornaments. That's the only thing I cared about.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to see the beautiful tree with all the things that matched. I longed for all of my children's ornaments and their little faces and little chipmunk cheeks and all the misspelled words. And it just was so sweet. And that's the only thing that I put up this year. And it just made me so happy. So I love hearing this.
Mindy, you're going to get Better Mom Than Marie award from my daughter who listens to this podcast because we were decorating the Christmas tree and she started getting out all those ornaments from like preschool. I said, "Oh, Lauren, I just don't want those on the tree this year." What? I'm like, I'm tired of seeing them every single year. And so I said, we're not putting those out this year.
You can come to my house. No, that is so funny. Now, next year, if I have a different, situation and a bigger foyer, my 12-foot tree's going up.
Yeah, we'll be ready for the glitzy tree next year. Yeah, I do like the homemade ones. My kids are like, "Mom, let's don't put these back up." And I was like, "No, these are my favorite ones."
That's hilarious, Marie.
I just wanted to see something new this year. I said, I don't have to decorate my tree the same every single year.
True, you don't. That's hilarious. You've had plenty of nostalgia in your house lately. Right. You're fine.
All right. What else did you find out, Julie?
All right. Once again, with this cooped up at home so much, our homes are working overtime to kind of serve all of our needs. It's moved beyond just a place to sleep and eat. It's a workplace, it's a gym, it's a schoolroom, and beyond, So rooms that only have one purpose are on their way out.
Okay. My dining room needs to go.
Yes. Well, think like formal dining room or formal living room. And, space is so precious with so many people at home that we want to be able to use it, sit on it, relax in it, all of it, every part of it. And so there's no more space for like rooms and chairs that never get sat in except for once a year. So the takeaway here is to kind of let your home reflect the way you really live. And I loved hearing this because I just made a change in my dining room. I'm not going to get rid of my dining room, but I wanted it to be less formal. So I sold my dining room chairs that were the padded, heavy chairs. And I moved back some Windsor chairs that used to be in my kitchen, taking out the wooden blinds, letting the light in, and I'm trying to keep it from just being a place that we sit Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter,
Yeah.
So I have my breakfast in there now, and I have my coffee, look out the front window because it's a great view, and I have my Bible study in there, and it's been nice to reclaim that room, and I'm trying to get my family to eat dinner in there more.
Yeah.
Like, this is a usable room, guys. It's not off limits. It's not that it's so fancy that we can't use it.
Right.
Yes.
But Marie, you've kind of done that with your dining room.
Yeah, just out of necessity. I don't have a room. Like, we have this big organizational, like, cubby thing that the kids put all their backpacks, all their this on. And periodically they'll be like, "Mom, do you think we even need to have this anymore?" I'm like, "Look at it. It's full of everything. If things weren't on there, they would be all around my house." Like, so yeah, I do have some more practical type things in there. And I've kind of shortened my table over the years. I can open it up bigger, but I've made it a little bit smaller so that we can walk more easily around there. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I've had friends, like when our kids were little, I remember friends turning them into playrooms because it was right off the kitchen.
Sure.
And then they tried to bring the dining room back when the kids got older. But now we're using them all the time. And I know I have found that even the material of the dining room table has to sometimes change because you have to be able to do everything on it. And I know I have been concerned about all the school projects and writing with a Sharpie and like things like that happen on the dining room table. And so it has to be nearly indestructible.
Right.
Like all of the hot foods or the hot coffee cup gets set on there. And, so I'm about to have to redo the top of mine and it needs to be indestructible.
No, that's so true.
I remember Emily Clark, who, was a guest that we had on
it was actually last January.
Oh, okay. If you follow her on Instagram, she has a kind of multi-purpose dining room, I think. Her house is really traditional, but she has a kind of a modern dining room table and chairs. And you always see her kids like doing their homework in there. It's not just set aside for eating fancy meals. And I know she talked a lot about storage things in the dining room. Like, I think that's where she stores all of her arts and crafts supplies, like markers and and paints and stuff like that.
That's very multifunctional.
Yeah. So that kind of leads into the next trend, is that open storage may not be all the rage anymore.
Thank goodness.
Now, not necessarily kitchen shelving, but like in other parts of the house, you'll start to see that replaced with furniture that includes closed doors, like coffee tables that have storage or cabinets. And, I guess if you've got arts and craft supplies in your dining room, you'd want that to be hidden behind closed doors.
Right.
So that kind of makes sense. And I think just with everybody home and all their junk out, people realize we need to hide this stuff.
Hide the junk.
Yeah. I have a buffet in my dining room. I have everything under the sun under there, really not dining room type things, but because it has closed door storage, you'd never know. And at least it's accessible to me.
Yeah.
I do the same thing, Maria. I have the same setup and there's numerous items under there and I know exactly where to go to find things.
Sure.
It's in the dining room.
Yeah, I'm kind of rethinking home organization. Like, everything doesn't have to go, I don't know, like in a closet. It could go in furniture in the actual room that you use it. Like instead of sticking a game far away in a closet, maybe it could go on a shelf in the room where you play games or, And then the last thing I had that I'm most excited about is that color is coming back because people are realizing that they need some bright color and happiness.
Mindy's all excited for that.
Yeah. Not everything's so like whites and neutrals and stuff then.
The white kitchen will probably never go out of style, but you can tweak it a little. Like two-tone cabinets are popular. Like maybe paint the bottom set of cabinets a color and leave the top whites, or do two-tone whites, like maybe the doors are trimmed like different shades in the same family.
Wow.
And one color that's coming back for the kitchen particularly is green, which like I said, I don't typically follow trends too much, but green is my favorite color. So I think I am going to try to find a way to put green perhaps on my lower cabinets.
That'll be pretty.
So you do probably love seeing Emily Clark's, all her greens.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she just painted her kitchen. It was her kitchen, right?
Her kitchen walls she painted, but I think her cabinets were already green. Yeah. She was kind of sharing what she loved about what she changed in 2020, and so she painted her walls green. And my daughter, she just moved into a new house, and we painted the cabinets green. That's what she wanted, and it looks great.
It does. It's beautiful. I would have never thought to do that. I'm like, oh, that reminds me of my grandma. She painted her cabinets green.
I know. My grandmother had some green furniture, painted green furniture.
A really long time ago.
Yeah. This might be surprising. Another popular cabinet color this year is going to be black. But don't think like sterile modern black. Think warm and neutral, like, pairing it with wood tones.
Okay.
And also, I've seen some people painting their ceilings colors, even black.
Okay. I mean, I love the boldness of someone doing it. Painting ceilings is just like my worst nightmare. So I wouldn't want to have to rechange it later if I got tired of it. But I love to look at someone else's colored ceiling.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I'm too practical. I'm like, I know that's not going to last more than a couple of years, and I will be repainting that sucker white again. So sorry.
And it is the worst thing to paint, I think.
Maybe a wall here or there I could handle, but not a ceiling.
Yes. Yes. But I admire people that are so bold as to do it, and I love to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So listeners, if you have a colored ceiling painted, we
see
would love to see pictures.
So you'll see a lot of color, and they didn't focus too much on what colors, just that you will see a lot of color, and darker colors are more popular, even for trim. So the white trim is kind of going away, and darker colors are coming back, which that's exciting for me because I do have colored trim right now. And Mindy, you're going to be really excited about this. You know, the Pantone picks the color of the year. Well, this year they picked two colors, which is ultimate gray and illuminating, which is like a lemon yellow.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude,
and they said,
I'm already in style and I didn't even know it.
I know. I just thought about all your yellow pillows and things because they said that it was really kind of signaling like the yellow was like light in our darkness, light in our gray year, and light at the end of the tunnel for 2020.
Yes.
So they said expect to see like yellow front doors and
great idea.
Yeah, like small things painted bright yellow. I mean, this was lemon yellow.
Okay.
So. Oh, thanks for that, Julie. You just made my day.
Well, I am excited about those home trends, and I'm going to look forward to seeing people incorporate that this year. And I know that I'm going to be looking to incorporate some of them too.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I need to know how to do it well, though. That's my problem.
Well, we just got done saying it can be what you like.
Right.
Okay, because it might be a little tacky.
Well, Mindy, I know you did a lot of research on fashion that's going to be coming up in 2021. Why don't you tell us what you found out?
I did. And it was ironic to hear Julie go through the trends for the home because obviously the pandemic has affected every part of our lives. And so a lot of things that were trending with the home are also trending on our bodies in fashion. And so there's a lot of different things, but the first thing that I'll start with is loungewear will continue to be a staple item in our lives this year.
Oh, well, I mean, that's good news.
I know. The only upgrades it's going to get is in the term of the materials used. So basically think like finer fabrics, so slimmer fits. So you'll just see some modifications, but still it's all in the realm of loungewear.
So we're going to be comfortable.
We're going to be comfortable and also relaxed pants. I mean, how much sitting have we done this year?
I have noticed that.
Yes. So the relaxed pants are a big thing. So that aren't sweatpants. So obviously joggers are still a big thing, and like the fabrics of the joggers. So think of that like those indestructible fabrics that can like do anything. That is definitely a big deal still. But the joggers that aren't sweats are also going to be coming in. So even in like the fabric of denim, you'll see like a sweatpant denim.
I'll have to Google a picture of that.
Or like, think like wide leg pants, which we went through that stage before when we were all younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, the wide leg pants are a big thing.
I like that.
And yes. So the other thing is think about like comfort. People are longing for comfort in every part of their lives. And it's really transcending also into the clothes that we wear. So all of the comfortable blankets that we have or the pillows that we have at home, people are wanting to wear those materials. So, they want to feel like they're wearing a blanket. And so a lot of the trend is just cozy, soft, plush materials in every part of our wardrobe.
So think Ugg boots for your entire body.
The whole body, you can wear some sort of blanket.
Yes. My high school daughter, she got this jacket. I guess it is a jacket from Urban Outfitters for Christmas. But my son-in-law looked at her, he goes, I don't mean to offend, but is that like a wearable blanket, or would you wear that out of the house? And she's like, I'm going to wear it out of the house. But it's just what you said, Mindy. It looks like a blanket on her body.
Yes. Yes. And you could see that, but people are like, I want to be comfortable. I want to feel, and texture's a big deal. Some people are more heightened to textures, but yeah, they want to be comfortable. So
yes.
and cozy and soft and feeling lovable. Now, I did have to draw the line when I saw matching velour tracksuits are making a comeback. I was like, oh, you got to let that go, honey.
Some things should never come around again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is one trend that I'm not surprised at, but it was kind of neat to read. The three of us have talked about how much walking we have done and hiking and just being outdoors. That's kind of the one universal activity that has been okay during the whole pandemic. So now it's making a trend in fashion to wear hiking gear.
Even if you're not going for a walk.
Yeah, even so far as to wear like hiking boots with a dress.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't know that I'm going to follow that trend this year, but
yeah, well, you're prepared for anything at all times.
Yeah, absolutely. High performance fabrics, all those hiking gear, fabrics, boots, things like that. Yeah, people are loving the outdoors and all the clothes that go with it.
Well, that assumes that you would have a need to be in a dress, first of all.
I know. Maybe dresses are more comfortable, Julie. Maybe it's more like a blanket dress.
Yeah, maybe so.
It's a blanket with a belt tied around it.
Okay, so this one I actually laughed at because I thought of Julie. Like Julie's so good at crafting and things in her house. When I saw this trend, I was like, I think I can see Julie doing this. But basically, painted denim is making a comeback.
Paint your jeans then.
You can paint your denim. All that artwork can just go right on your jeans.
Yeah. We're supposed to be personalizing our houses, and now we're supposed to be personalizing our jeans.
These are very individualized.
Remember when, I know when my oldest was in high school, they used to kind of personalize their sneakers, their tennis shoes. They would put a lot of designs on them. And so maybe this is kind of like that.
It seems like it, but I mean, I could see wanting a craft project. Oh, these jeans, they have some stains on them. Hey,
Julie, you do that and we'll post it.
Instead of Christmas cards, you girls are going to get cute little back pocket paintings next year.
Oh, that would be cute.
Ooh, that would be I would frame that.
No. I'm going to wait and see how this one goes before I jump into that.
Okay. We'll watch that trend just a little longer. This is kind of funny, but as much as I saw so many memes about women living without their bras.
Yeah.
During this pandemic, for some reason, bra tops is a thing now.
It's like a built-in bra, you mean?
It's like it can be so close to a bra, but it's a top. So even shorter than think cropped top, but it's literally shaped like a bra, but that's your shirt.
Okay.
So I don't think that,
it's probably not for the Midlife Matters
not the
crowd.
Midlife crowd.
I'll put that on there, for anybody that might be feeling adventurous. But you can pair that bra top with something that's going to be coming into fashion. It's called a shacket.
Oh, what is that?
So I actually think we can get behind this trend. A shacket is kind of the must-have piece of the year. It's a cross between a shirt and a jacket. So it's a little heavier than a shirt, but it's lighter than a jacket.
Okay.
So it's something you
that.
can. Yeah,
you leave it open in the front, or
you gotta show off your bra top, Julie.
You gotta show off your bra top and your wide leg pants that are painted. Yeah, but it's something that the trend was you could wear it with a tank top under it in the summer if you just needed something, Yeah. Or in the winter, you could actually put it under your favorite coat. So it's kind of all year long, this shacket supposedly is just going to be your best friend.
All right.
I need to see a picture of this.
Well, the picture I saw was it was a plaid shacket, and I was like, actually, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, I feel like that, especially in these winter months. I would enjoy that, even just wearing it around the house.
Yes, because I don't know about you guys, but no matter where I live in the country, I always am layering through the whole year. So obviously, oversized sweaters are a big deal. Again, it goes along with that whole soft, cozy feel. Boxy blouses, statement sleeves are a thing. and flowing dresses.
Well,
So,
those are
of course,
nice.
nothing too form-fitting this year. I think everybody's gained a little weight and we're all like, give me all the comfortable clothing.
We want to be comfortable as we lay around our house.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Have you seen the dresses that are at Target right now?
I am going to post that this week on our Instagram
It
for
is
anyone
Little
that hasn't.
House on the Prairie.
I have seen a woman that did a photo shoot in
Me
those
too.
dresses. And I remember before I heard people talking about them, I walked through Target and I kind of gave them the side eye, like, is this a serious trend? Like, this is what Target's putting out? Like, I wonder if I'll actually see anyone wear these. And people have been making fun of them. I would love the person that had the bright idea to actually order these to please get on the news and say what you were thinking, because obviously they have hit some kind of funny chord with people.
I love those photo shoots. They're so funny.
They are hilarious. And you can totally see the hiking boots with the Laura Ingalls Wilder dress.
Definitely.
Right? That's where it all stems from. Like, I could have seen Laura Ingalls Wilder wearing the boots with that prairie dress with the braids.
For sure. Yes.
That is nostalgia taken too far.
I thought of those dresses when you said nostalgia.
Well, here's one trend that I'm kind of excited about, because I have fond memories of these types of shoes in the 90s when I was in high school. But basically, wide heels and chunkier soles are on the rise. Also, flat form shoes, which are similar to platform, but the flat form is the even platform all the way across your foot. So there's no elevated heel.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about those in the pictures? Did they look good?
Oh, yeah. We've seen something similar. I think we were going that direction with the past shoes that just came out last season.
Okay.
But yeah, anything you can slip on, mules, clogs, all those are coming back. Any type of flip-flop is in fashion.
Okay.
A flip-flop with a heel, like your house shoe flip-flop, it doesn't really matter.
Floppy shoes are the way to go.
Floppy shoes. But I will say that we have seen this with the younger generation, especially we all have kids in that younger generation, but there's still a trend towards conscious consumption is what they call it. Fast fashion is kind of out of style as people are looking more to reuse or repair clothes instead of buying new clothes. So, of course, thrifting, secondhand purchases are definitely trendy in 2021.
Right. Yes. My daughter, she said last weekend she went to a thrift store here in Nashville, Music City Thrift, and it was their big sale of the year. I think she got $100 worth of stuff for $50. And she had gone in there saying, I'm going to spend $50. But she walked out, she said, with so many, many things. And she's just thrilled about it. And that was all thrifted stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you can find good things, but you can also find things that I think, why did you spend $5 on that holy t-shirt that has like faded sunflowers on it or whatever? All right. So this I thought was a neat idea that's going to be happening this year. Unfortunately, we saw a lot of stores close in 2020. And there's a lot of store spaces that aren't being used as much as they were before when we were allowed to have bigger gatherings and things like that. So one of the things that I read that would be happening is there's going to be a lot more pop-up shops. So they're going to use these brick and mortar stores, as a place to just have a pop-up shop and see how that business is going to go. So, they don't have to commit to the brick and mortar, but they can at least use the space for a certain amount of time. So that was the trend that they said we would be seeing a lot more of. Also, the fashion moving to smaller towns and mid-sized cities instead of all of the big cities, because a lot of these stores and fashion people with these businesses have left some of the bigger cities. And so you're seeing a lot more trends pop up in these little shops around smaller communities, places that you wouldn't have typically thought you would find things.
Oh, well, that's neat.
Yeah. And I think people are moving out of big cities. Obviously cities aren't going to be empty, but I mean, that is the trend to kind of move out in the country and where you can
wear your pioneer dress.
Yeah. and not be
Exactly.
on a subway around thousands of people. That's
Right.
appealing right now. So.
Oh, it's true. So the last thing is of course, I want to talk colors. I wanted to tell you what I
Yes.
found as for kind of the color themes that we would be seeing. All right. So warm, earthy tones are definitely in. And color is in, but it's in more of a warmer setting. So like rust reds, mustard yellows, deep
Mhm.
browns. However, the color of the year for fashion trends is pink.
Okay.
So pink. So think like bubblegum pink or like a pastel pink. However, neon pink is making a comeback.
Oh, neon
Oh.
pink.
And the picture I saw, you guys are going to love this. The picture I saw of the neon pink was a blanket jacket and it was neon pink. I was like, I don't think I would ever buy that.
I think at one time I had a neon pink tracksuit
Yeah, Julie, can you find that?
Yeah,
in the 90s.
totally
Yes.
back in style,
Mhm.
Julie.
Yeah.
If it's a floor tracksuit, bring it.
Yeah. Well, I do think that kind of the things that we wore have been coming back in style for several years now. And I
Yes.
remember we wore those bright neon colors
Mhm.
We
and
did.
thought we looked great.
I'm sure we did.
We thought.
There's no pictures to prove it, unfortunately.
I know. Take our word for it.
Yeah.
But I do remember the wide leg pants and the chunky boots and the chunky heels. Like that was one of my favorite fashion items that I had back in the 90s.
Oh yeah. And I love the way the big leg pants have kind of been modified to be a little more modern. They're not long, they're short.
Yes.
Okay,
Which is
right.
great for tall people because
Yes,
you can
because-
never get pants long enough.
Yeah, and when you are tall and you were going to wear a big leg pant, you wanted it to be to the floor. It looked weird if it
True.
wasn't. So now they're just a good, 6 inches shorter. So I don't have to feel odd that my pants are too short.
Tall people problems.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for researching that, Mindy. Now when we go shopping, we'll know what to be looking for.
Oh, this was so fun. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I just researched some general trends. So this is a USA Today article from January 4th, so just a few days ago, and it's called 10 Huge Trends That Will Be Everywhere in 2021. And the first one, Mindy, was what you said, loungewear. It's not going away. We're all going to be seeing it the whole year long. Another one is something that I already have, and I do see a lot of people that have these, but Julie's still a holdout. Wireless earbuds. Okay,
yes.
that is going to be everywhere in 2021, probably because even in our homes, we're trying to separate ourselves from our other family members. So we think maybe if I'm listening to something by myself, I'll feel alone or whatever.
Like that, Marie. Yes.
Hey, and let me set the record straight. I did have those on my Christmas list, but
Nobody got them for you, Julie?
I didn't get them. I got them for everybody else, but I didn't get any. But that's okay. I got a lot of great stuff, but I'm just going to have to buy those for myself.
Yes,
you will.
Mother's Day is too far away to wait. So
Yeah.
you need to go out there and get yourself some wireless earbuds. All right. This is something that I have. It's a smart speaker. Apparently, a lot of the smart speakers sold out around Christmas. So I actually got an Alexa Echo for my birthday this year back in May. And I don't do nearly what you can do on it. But I love that if a song hits my mind, I can say, Alexa, play such and such, and they do.
Oh.
And I also was able to hook up my smart plugs to it so I can say, Alexa, turn off the lights. And I do like that. But I know that you can do so many more things. So
Yeah.
if you
I'm
don't
way
have
behind on that
if
trend.
you don't have a smart speaker, you might want to think about getting one. Okay, here's one that has been very hard to find this year, but it is going to be a huge trend in 2021. Home exercise equipment. Get on the list now. I remember in March when the gyms closed, I got on Amazon. I thought, I'm just going to order, maybe like some 15-pound weights, some 20-pound weights. And it said they wouldn't come in till the end of May. And I thought, well, I'm not going to need them in the end of May because I'm going to be back to the gym by then. So I didn't get on the list. And so, anyways, I finally got some weights later this fall by putting my name on the Amazon list, and they finally did come. But even if you have to put your name on a list, just go ahead and order what you need, because even though our gym is open and I do go, it's nice to just have it at home too, that I don't, if I'm running behind or I don't want to make the trip out. So home exercise equipment is going to be a big deal in 2021. Do you guys have any home exercise equipment that you use regularly?
I do have a few hand weights and a kettlebell and the big ball, the balance ball and the little ball and the some bands and stuff like that. But I know, like you, Marie, my son and I went out thinking we just had the best idea that we'd buy home gym equipment, and they just laughed at us when we walked into the store. They said, well, there's where the home exercise equipment used to be, and that whole corner of the store was just wiped out.
Right.
So I don't know if they have it now or not. I haven't been back to look, but
yeah, I say we have slowly bought exercise equipment over the past 5 years, and we add a piece here and there. But even for Christmas, I was trying to get Jacob some heavier kettlebells for our house, and one came and one didn't. So it's hard to find things. It's hard to get things in stock.
Well, Marie, how is the shipping on that? Like a 20-pound weight, is that?
It was not
expensive?
bad. Not through Amazon.
Really?
It wasn't bad.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it was Amazon Prime. And I actually got some through Walmart.com, like just the online store. I got some from Amazon and some from Walmart. So,
okay.
It's funny that you guys mentioned kettlebells, because I saw an article where kettlebell workouts are going to be a trend in 2021. And I know that I don't really know how to use kettlebells. And they said that you almost need to like look up how to use them. But apparently because they don't involve as much storage as a bunch of weights, people are kind of using those. Do you use them a lot?
They're universal. The reason I like them is because you can do any type of workout. So like I might use a weight to do something simple like a bicep curl, for instance, or an overhead press or a squat. You can use a kettlebell for that. But then my son Jacob has a weight belt with a chain on it because he does pull-ups, weighted pull-ups.
Okay.
Well, he can string the kettlebell through the chain and use it for his weighted pull-ups.
Oh,
I would never in a million years do that.
No,
but
I can't even do my own body weight on a pull-up.
I could hang there for a minute, but that's not one of my goals. So I'm okay with that.
Right.
But no, like it is a universal weight that you can do so much with. So
yeah, I just like the way you hold them. It's
okay.
You can do a lot more with them.
Well, I will say, and I don't know about right now, but when I was in the fall ordering some weights, kettlebells were never out of stock. So I don't know if a lot of people know about their versatility. So you may be able to get some.
Right. Yeah, it was hard to get dumbbells. For us, I know we struggled with getting dumbbells, or at least the kind we wanted.
Sure.
But yeah, kettlebell might be the way to go.
Yeah. All right, here's another thing they said will be everywhere, and I think it's been everywhere for quite a while, fitness trackers. Do either of you guys use like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or anything like that?
Got right on mine. I kept telling it to shut up.
I know. I almost feel like that's on the way out as far as people I know that have had them, but they said that they're going to be in for 2021. So if you've been wanting to try one,
you can have mine.
Well, my son took over mine, and so I wanted it back. So I got him a fitness tracker for Christmas. So now he has his own, and I've gotten my back. So I do like it.
Okay, well,
that's good. Yeah, Bryce just started using, his Apple Watch can do all that now, but I don't want to know.
Well, I think in 2020, we didn't want to know how few steps we were getting. So maybe in 2021, we envision that we'll be stepping again.
Oh, goodness. Yes.
Here's another thing not related to exercise that's a big trend for 2021 is multi-use cookware. And we've kind of seen where we've had a lot of one-use things, the Instant Pot, the air fryer, the, gadgets that only do one thing. And now it's coming back around and people want things that do many things. Like one of the things that they showcased in this article was the always pan. And apparently it takes the place of 8 other pans in your kitchen.
I saw that.
Did you? Okay.
I didn't really know what it. I mean,
kitchen.
Is it kind of like a cast iron skillet?
It is. It can be that, or a wok, or a fryer. It had several. That comes with like a steamer. But if you don't have a lot of storage and you kind of want to pare down, they were saying that multi-use cookware is one of the things that's going to be trending for 2021.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's another thing that I do not have, but I've thought about it. Robot vacuums are apparently going to become even better in 2021. Do either of you guys have one?
I do. I got one last year.
Do you like it?
Well, someone in our house thinks it's too noisy, so I don't use it very often.
Oh, is it the dog?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a child.
Okay.
An adult child.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah. The only negative thing about it, and this is kind of embarrassing to say, is we have so much dog hair, it fills up the little bin too quickly, which is kind of gross to say. But maybe if I used it every day, it wouldn't fill up so much.
Yeah, I thought the thing was that it runs itself like daily.
Well, you have to
program it
set
to do
it up that way.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have to have like spaces marked off, because we do have we don't have an open floor plan, but we don't have a lot of doors. So you kind of have to mark it off. It does better when it works a smaller section at a time. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have one, this might be the year to try one. All right, here's something that we do own. Massage guns. We have actually tried out 2 of these this year because my husband, he loves to exercise, but as you get older, you have a lot of aches and pains on your body. And he had read and seen that these massage guns really get into those muscles. Really? So we tried out 2 different brands. One's the Hyperease. I think that's how you say it. And then we also tried out the Theragun. Both of them are not what I pictured. I pictured like the Brookstone massages that are nice and gentle. No, these are like almost painful.
They hurt. I thought it hurt.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So, but apparently they're all the rage. You're going to be seeing them everywhere. You can get some knockoffs on Amazon, some decent knockoffs if you just want to try them out that way. But yeah, massage guns are going to be a big thing in 2021.
It feels like you're being punched.
It does. It really does. I guess that's how they really get down into those muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Deep tissue, huh?
Yeah. All right. There's 2 more on my list. I do not have one of these, but you guys might. Air purifiers. Apparently with COVID, the sales of air purifiers have skyrocketed.
No. Okay. My mom has always had one for allergies.
Okay.
But we have never had one before.
Yeah, I've not either. Mindy, I know that your boys are going to be in on this, though. The other thing that's going to be huge in 2021 and probably has been forever, but apparently these have been sold out quite a bit. Gaming consoles.
Oh, my gosh.
Apparently, it was very hard to find any PlayStations or Xboxes. They've just all been sold out. Kids are remote learning and they're at home more. And I think you can talk with your friends while you're gaming. And
yep.
So they're remote learning.
Well, yeah, this is what they do in their free time.
I know. My son made the comment, "Oh, we got to go back to school. I'll have to use my laptop for something other than gaming." But no, my son Nathan, he has been building his own PC. Over the past several months and has been focused on this goal. And he then wanted to sell his Xbox.
Okay.
That was still in great condition. He was able to get really good money out of his used Xbox because people were having trouble finding them. But he's got this huge gaming monitor and like it's got lights on the PC and he wants to get a special chair and table. And I'm like, oh, wow, but it's a big deal.
Yes. So apparently 2021, that rage is not going anywhere.
I hope it helps in the future with college,
I know. Well, if he can make his own PC, it sounds like he's got a future in engineering or something like that.
Fingers
IT
crossed.
Or something. I don't know.
Hopefully he doesn't want to be like a YouTube star.
A gamer. All of this makes me just laugh to think about what the trends are going to be like, say, down the road 2022 or 3. Like, no one's going to be at home. No one's going to be lounging. It's going to be activewear and your home is going to be minimal and people are going to live in little tiny houses because they're never going to be there.
Yeah. I haven't heard much about like downsizing or minimalism in quite a few months. I think because people don't want to get rid of any of their space.
No, I want to buy a beach house and a mountain house.
Well, listeners, we hope that you've enjoyed these 2021 trends. We would love to know what you foresee happening in 2021 or what you're looking forward to, or if you have bought any of the fashion items that Mindy was talking about, or what you're doing to your home. I love just seeing what people are out there doing, so feel free to contact us on Instagram at Midlife Matters Podcast or email us at midlifematterspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can always leave us a voicemail at 209-MIDLIFE. Well, Julie and Mindy, thank you for your research. I love hearing all the things you guys found out. And we'll have to keep each other updated and our listeners updated on what we end up trying this year. If you buy a shacket or if you paint a ceiling black, be sure and share it.
Yeah, and if you have any of those denim joggers, I definitely want to see those.
Julie, when you paint your first pair of denim pants, I want to see that.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Sounds great. Bye, girls.
We're so happy you joined us today. You can find the show notes for this episode at midlifematterspodcast.com. Also, please tell a friend about the show and help them hit the free subscribe button on their favorite podcast app. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Midlife Matters Podcast. That's where we post pictures and stories about all the things we talk about in each episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.